girl. And I'm here with Fubar. And we have um, been wanting to interview Fubar for a little while, so I'm very thankful for this time right now. And Fubar, there you are. And I even see you on my other screen. Wow. So, excuse me. It looks beautiful there. Are you in Cheyenne?
We're in Cheyenne. It is we've
Cheyenne.
actually got a nice day going today.
Yeah, it sure does look beautiful. And I see that you're in shorts, so it's not cooling off.
Yes, yes, we need. It's been rare so far this season to get out in shorts. So,
Yeah, yeah. Our temperature right now, it's 62 degrees.
oh my gosh,
Yeah, the trees are already starting to change.
yeah. I hope it's not going to be a tough long winter like we had last year.
I think it's going to be a long winter. Yes, but we'll see. We'll see. So, but anyway, so Hootie Hoo Gang, how is everybody today? Everybody in the chat. I see that right now we have 25 people coming in. And hey guys, if you would be so kind as to hit the like button when you go in so that you won't forget to when you go out.
Right, make sure to hit that like button.
That's right. That makes such a difference.
It really does.
And oh, yeah, it really, really does. And your channel is growing, growing, growing.
I'm trying.
I am so proud of you. So proud of you. How many are you up to now?
Almost 2,200.
Good for you. Good for you. I did a happy dance because I made 1,500.
So yeah, I'm
So,
trying to get. I'm hoping to get by the end of the month to about 25 to 2,600.
oh, wow. That is amazing. And you know what? I know that you'll get it because you've got a really good channel. Oh, Dad's gone live. Oh my
Hey,
goodness. $10.
Jacob, what's up?
Thank you. Hootie hoo. Is he
No,
a cop? Are you a cop?
it, no, I'm MIB.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
I'm
Well,
part of the super secret task force of the MIB that we're not supposed to talk about.
mm, well, then I won't ask about that. But first, I have to give my caveat because some of you may not know me. My name is Andy. I'm your calamity girl, and I'm a calamity for many reasons. And but one thing I want to tell you is that I do have multiple sclerosis, and I sometimes my cognitive skills they just go out the window. And so I might need help if I get stuck on a word or something. You might see some people in the chat put up like little water bottles or say Calamity drink. And the reason is because my hypothalamus gland is damaged. And that means basically I don't know when I'm thirsty really. So the chat has been helping me, and I've been doing a lot better creating a good habit. So, hey, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Yes, here we go. Name a place which usually flies the American flag. Go.
What? Name a place that usually flies the American flag?
Yeah.
A Capitol building.
Okay. That's the number two answer. Okay. Keep going.
Library.
Well,
A
that
school.
still is a government building.
Oh, how about a school?
A school. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Parade.
And
Uh-oh. Any military function?
uh,
Um, oh boy.
play this every day, at least one question.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to play or pass?
Gonna have to pass.
Okay, we'll give it up to the chat. Okay, chat, name a place that usually flies an American flag. Go. News stations, maybe. No, the White House. Yes, that's the number 3 answer. Two more to go. I saw a post office. Yes, that's number 1 answer. And the last answer, uh, and police station. There we
There we
go.
go.
Frank and Michelle Lasora. There you go. Okay. All right. Well, that's kind of part of the fun that we have at our house. Oh, and Logan, I saw Cloudy Days say it flies at their house. Yes. So I thought that was a pretty good answer. So you know what? I just have to say that whoever says it flies at their house, they win. How's that?
That's right.
Okay, so Fubar, this is all about you.
Oh my gosh.
So just be comfortable, and if you have to move around, it's okay. It's we're not at the White House, even though we should be flying a flag like they do.
Right.
So tell me, who is Fubar?
Just some guy that was sick and tired of having a real bad news source here in Cheyenne,
Okay.
and I got out there and did something about it. So nobody
Okay.
special.
Okay. So are you saying that just your average run of the mill citizen in Cheyenne?
Average, average run of the mill guy that
Okay.
that had just had enough of not knowing what was going on in his city.
What you know what? I'll get to that in a minute. My question about that. So tell me, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Colorado.
Okay. And what brought you to Cheyenne? You are in Cheyenne, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What brought you
Um,
to Cheyenne?
to tell you the truth, the cost of living.
Hey, the cost, you know what? The cost of living has brought a lot of people to a lot of places. And Wyoming happens to be one of them.
Right. Yeah, I've been here
Yeah.
5 years now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. When we moved out of California 13 years ago, we ended up getting a big pay raise.
Right.
Yeah. So, um, what were you like in high school?
I was actually quite to myself. I had my own kind of little group, and I played a lot of sports. Uh,
Mm.
but yeah, I was pretty much to myself in high school.
So, what sports?
I was on track. I played football, um, swim team, baseball.
Okay. Wow. So you were very active. So,
Yes.
what was your uh let's see, here we go.
My
Okay.
favorite sport.
Thank you.
My
Favorite
favorite.
sport?
My favorite sport was probably football.
Football. Okay.
Yeah.
And what position did you play in football?
Offensive and defensive tackle.
Okay. Okay. So you must be a kind of a tall guy, big,
I yeah. When I think I was what 6'2", 6'3" when I was in high school. I'm 6'5".
Oh, wow. Wow. So, yeah, you definitely would be good in sports. Did you play much basketball?
No, don't like the game. In junior high, they
Really?
tried. In junior high, they tried to recruit me, and I went in for the recruitment. Really didn't know much about the game. They said, "Okay, your second team," and I went, "You know what? I just don't like playing basketball."
Oh, well, then forget it. I used to like to play dodgeball.
Oh,
I was
okay.
good at dodgeball. Yeah, for some reason I was good at that.
I was a
So,
big target in dodgeball, so
yeah. So, were you the type of athlete that you were looking to get a scholarship or anything like that?
no, it was just something to do. I grew up
Okay,
I grew up on a horse ranch, and uh, it was something to do.
okay. So you grew up on a horse ranch. Can you tell me a
Uh-huh.
little about that?
Oh boy, we used to show horses, train them, uh, break them. Uh, my mom still got her horse ranch in Colorado.
Mm.
She boards a little over 20 head of horse
Oh my. Year round, or is that just during the winter?
year round. Year
Okay.
round. She's got an indoor barn. She's got some outside pens, a riding arena. Uh, so, and she's still got one horse left. So
Oh,
that's hers.
so breaking horses. Did you ever cowboy?
No, I never really cowboyed.
Okay.
We did what was called soft breaks.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Yeah.
didn't get on there and do the buck and bronco stuff or anything like that. We did soft breaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and then like I said, we did training. We did we did a lot of shows when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
We showed horses. So,
Mm.
boy, let me tell you what. I guess that's where my hard headedness, my being hard headed, and kind of my work ethic came from.
You mean hard-headed from the mares you would show?
Well, yeah,
Mares are
and
female horses are
being
very
and being
hard-headed.
very and being very competitive.
Yes.
I've been showing horses since I was about five, 5, 6.
Oh. Oh my goodness. So now do you still follow horse shows?
No, no,
Okay. Okay. I used to break horses when I was young too, and I know what a soft break is.
yeah.
So tell me, did you go to college at all?
I did not. I went into the military,
Oh, you did? What branch?
Army.
You went to the army. Okay, and what did you do in the army?
I worked on Cobra and Huey helicopters.
Impressive. Tell me a little about that.
It was
How
National
did
Guard. Uh,
you choose that, or was that chosen for you?
it no, I chose it when I went into the military. I went for my ASFABs. I knew I couldn't. I wanted to be around aircraft. When I took my ASFABs, uh, I scored in the top 5 percentile total. So the recruiter handed me the book and said, "You can be anything you want to be in this book," and it was huge. And he says you can do anything that doesn't require being an officer. And so at first I did air traffic control.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that slot got filled, and I had to be around. I just had to be around aircraft, and so I
Mm.
chose working on helicopters.
Okay, so did you have a love of aircraft before that,
Oh
or?
yeah, oh yes. I love aircraft. I love space. That's kind of a little out
Oh,
here.
where did that come from?
Uh, you know what? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I just picked it up as a kid and just uh, really went from there.
Okay, that's I find myself uh, up in the middle of the night a lot, and I like to go out and just gaze up at the stars because I'm in Wyoming also,
Right.
and the stars. I'm sorry, but maybe Montana can beat us out, but
Not by much.
exactly, not by much. The stars here are amazing, amazing. So, um, did you want to pursue a career with your military expertise, or what did you do with that?
My dream, the reason I joined the military, and I drove, number one, I joined the wrong branch and then found out that I definitely got into the wrong field, is my dream was to work at NASA. And
Really?
yes, and so I didn't want to be an astronaut, but I wanted to be around the spacecraft. And
Wow.
yeah, so I never really talked to a guidance counselor or anything like that. So I just did it myself. And unfortunately, unfortunately, things just didn't work out.
Okay. Okay. That's all right. So, what did you do for a profession?
Dispatch trucks,
Oh, like
big rigs.
big rigs that you see
Uh-huh.
on the highway. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow. Tell us
I,
about
I
that.
well, I owned my own courier business for about 15 years that I started in Colorado. And
Okay.
then after about 15 years, unfortunately, we hit a real bad recession. There was a major tire chain that I had a contract with, which was Discount Tire. And when the
Mhm.
recession hit, not many people were buying tires and wheels. So I was out there working about 12 hours a day, throwing tires and so on. And I had employees, and I dispatch. It's called dispatching on the fly. As I was out there in the field with them, and then calling the guys as I would get calls in to dispatch them. So anyhow, after 15 years, the business fell through. Uh,
Mm, I'm sorry.
yeah, I was able to hold out for about another 3 months, and it was just all at a loss.
Yeah.
And so I decided I had to shut it down, and then got into just straight dispatching, and that's when I
Mhm.
got into the trucking world.
Okay. And well, first of all, I want to say thank you for your service.
Oh,
Thank you very much for your
anytime,
service. Yeah.
anytime.
And there's people in the chat who are thanking you for that too. Yeah. Um, oh, hold on. Okay. Fubar, you walk with a cane. Do you
Yeah,
want to you elaborate on that?
I had a stroke about 6 years. Well, it was about 5 years back,
Oh, I see.
and and it's it's been kind of I lost part of my mobility on my left side.
Hmm. I
Um, I'm bound and determined to be able to walk without a cane again. I can take about 10 steps without it, but then I have to go back. Um, my doctor says I'll probably walk with a cane for the rest of my life, but
hmm
I don't listen to doctors, and come heck or high water, I'm going to get away from that cane.
That's what
I'll,
I
I'll,
have to say about
I'll
that.
yeah, I'll figure it
Okay.
out. I'll figure out a way.
I'll give you a bat wing wave for
Yeah,
that.
the bat wings, the bat wings.
The bat wing wave, yeah, if you have a wing like me, wave it. Be proud. Yeah. So, uh, you had another health scare a few months back.
yeah,
Can you talk to us about that?
I had a heart attack.
Mhm.
Um, that really spooked me. Uh, Unfortunately, I don't take care of myself like I should. That really kind of woke me up. I've always been a person, I take care of others before I take care of myself. Uh,
Mhm.
myself, and now that kind of changed my attitude on the way to look at things. So, but yeah, I survived a widowmaker. So, and I'm still I'm still recovering from that. Here at the end of the month, I got to go see my doctor. Uh, they want to see how everything's going on with the heart, and then schedule to have another 2 stents put up in my heart. So I'll have a total of 5.
Did you have to have open heart surgery?
No, thank goodness. That scared the ever-loving bejeebus out of me. They came into my room after they first tried to put a stent in, and the doctor said we can't get through the blockage. And I went, well, that's not good. And he diagnosed me with coronary heart disease, and it's hereditary in my family, unfortunately. Another doctor came in and said we are going to do a quadruple bypass.
Okay.
And he told me the risks on a quadruple bypass. Unfortunately, that scared the ever-loving heck out of me. That's what my grandfather died to. Is
I
he had
see.
a quad bypass and never recovered and finally passed away from it. Thank goodness the doctor, my cardiologist that I've got, he came back in later that night after we scheduled the surgery. He came in later that night and he said, he says, I want to give it one more try. He says, I've got an idea. He had already, this cardiologist, he was, I mean, just outstanding. I owe him my life. He had went home. My case was on his mind. He got to thinking, came back from his house, back to the hospital, and we tried something else, and it worked. So that took everything. That took the bypasses off the table. So, and I am truly grateful about that. So, if anybody's in Cheyenne, you need a cardiologist, go see Dr. Khan.
Dr.
He
Khan?
is Dr. Khan, just like in Star Trek. Khan. Yeah.
Khan. Shout out to Dr. Khan, big time for saving our food's life.
So
Yes. Yeah. Well, so is this disabled you even more, or how are you doing right now?
I still get tired easy.
Okay.
If I get up and I'm getting around, uh, I get better every day, but I do get tired still.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I do my live streams, uh, I'm usually that takes it out of me. Streaming 6 hours, um, and I come home and I pretty much all I want to do is collapse.
Yeah.
Um, but again, I mean, I'll get better. We'll get through this.
Absolutely.
When the other 2 stints go in, I probably won't stream for about a week while I recover, and then be back at it again. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
this channel and my subscribers, uh, you guys have really gotten me through a lot of stuff. And it, they've been so supportive and encouraging and so on. There's been times I just wanted to give up, and my guys are just like, oh no, they won't let me. They won't let me. So they really have been a savior. And I mean, you know a little more of the story, which I don't want to get into,
Mm-hmm.
but the when you donated that truck, I mean, e- that that was beyond. I never thought anybody would care enough, or because growing up in Colorado, people are all about themselves. So I was still all about others, but no, it was definitely very humbling, to say the least. And I thank God every day for being able to meet you and husband. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have a channel.
Well, let's talk about that channel, shall we?
Okay.
Hey, Roseanne, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So let's talk about that channel a little bit. Um, so you primarily stay in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
For right now, yes.
Okay. If you hear a noise, we're having work done downstairs, and
Okay.
that's what that noise is. I'm very, very sorry. I hope you don't hear it too much.
Oh no, that's okay. As a matter of fact, the guys were just doing some work here and just buttoned it up.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. Good. 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 So, let me ask you: is Cheyenne Police Department?
hmm
Um, they're kind of a smaller department, I understand, because there is only 64,000 people in Cheyenne, correct?
correct. Yeah, we've got
Okay.
the sheriffs, we've got CPD, the sheriff's department, and state patrol here.
Okay. Okay. And you chase calls primarily for one of them or all of them?
Uh, on my channel, I got some standards on my channel. When a call comes over the scanner, I will not run on medical calls. I
Mhm.
will not run on mental health calls
Mhm.
unless it's a danger to the public,
Okay.
and I will not run on calls with children unless it's a danger to the public.
Okay.
And by
Okay.
children, I'm saying 18 and under.
Okay.
So, but if
And
it's a danger to the public, I will run on it.
can you elaborate a little on that?
On
Why? On calls that you won't run on. Why?
Because, well, medical calls, you know what? Those people are having a bad day, and the last thing I want to do is put somebody on camera that
Mhm.
is having a bad day. Um, Also, usually I don't show victims. I try
Mhm.
not to show the victims on my channel.
Okay.
Um, there's a real good example of this. I ran on a domestic violence,
Mhm.
uh, and all I wanted was the guy that beat the heck out of his wife.
Mhm.
And I got my footage and left. I did not show her. She ended up leaving in an ambulance.
Mhm.
And I wanted to bring out that domestic violence, there are so many people that take are tend to do a blind eye to domestic violence. And it's a real thing, and you can look up across the nation at least once a day
Mhm.
somebody's getting killed due to domestic violence, getting killed by their spouse or something along that
Absolutely.
line. And but yet the media ignores it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think that needs to change. Um, as for kids, obviously I don't want to be flashing kids all over my channel. Um, Again, unless it is a threat to the public. We had that 15-year-old girl here murdered in a drive-by shooting. I did cover that.
Yeah.
So, because it was a direct threat to the public. And mental health calls, You know, the suicide rate here is relatively high by national standards.
Why?
Um, I think it's because there's not a whole heck of a lot to do here, to tell you the truth.
Mm, okay.
But the suicide rate is high here, and I will not run on a call like that unless they are directly endangering the public. And
Mm-hmm.
by that I mean they're trying to do death by cop. They're armed. They're posing a risk. People like that, they've got enough going on uh, wrong in their life at that exact time where they need help. They don't need me putting them on blast on my channel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very respectable. And I see people in the chat um, uh, saying the same thing, that they have a bit of respect for you for that. That's wonderful. Um, do you have a relationship with the police department at all?
Yes, I've got a good relationship with them. Um, I deal a lot with the sheriff's department and a
Cool.
little bit with the Cheyenne PD. If they ever need video off of me or anything like that, hey, I've got no problem. There's been a couple situations where I've had to rewind my video for them to take a look at. Um, I've got no problem doing that. I do back the blue. However, I did have, before I started my channel, I had a meeting with Cheyenne, the chief of police of the CPD, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of told him what I was doing, just so he didn't get us mixed up as like First Amendment auditor or something like that.
Sure.
And so I told him exactly what I was going to do, and he supported it because it can be used as a tool for his people as well. And I told him, I said, I'm very fair and very unbiased here. Even though I do back the blue, I'm going to be unbiased. And the reason I said that is if I find one of his officers doing something wrong, I'm going to report that officer's doing something wrong. If they're doing something right, I'll be the first one to commend them. But yeah, if they do something wrong, I'll yell it from the highest mountaintop. Good example of that was there was an off-duty officer that got pulled over and nailed for DUI. And I reported on that and I gave my opinion about that. I do feel uh, that, yes, unfortunately, police are held to a higher standard in society,
Mm-hmm.
but they
Exactly.
knew that. But they knew that going into it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's just like in the military. When I was in the military, we were held to a higher standard as well. So
Mm-hmm.
if we messed up in the civilian life, guess what? We could get nailed in our military life as well for it. So yes, I understand kind of in that way. It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fair? Not really, because everybody's human and everybody makes mistakes. However, this officer did drive DUI, did get charged. The police department handled it beautifully. It was a Cheyenne police officer that got caught DUI, and they called in the sheriff's department to handle the stop.
Oh, okay.
So
That's very smart.
so they could have some separation.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
So I thought that was awesome of them to do. Um, However, the officer was in the wrong, being DUI, and he knew better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Do they? Do the officers in the field? What is their response when they see you coming or they see you there?
oh God, Fubar's here. No. um,
Do they
Uh,
spotlight you or?
some of them. Well, I've had one or two that have spotlighted me. That was early on. They've gotten to know me now. They're starting to get used to me kind of being around. They know that I stay as far away as possible. I don't want to interrupt their work. That's why we got zoom angles on our cameras
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because uh, because I mean, heck, yeah, I don't want to get into the middle of what they're doing or
Sure.
interrupt what they're doing. And there's been a couple times that I've oopsed and found myself in the middle of a place that I didn't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had a talking to by the officers, and I completely understand it. I don't give them. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't want to bring it. Uh, I don't want to argue with them or anything. I want to instantly diffuse it and just ask them, hey, okay, where can I go to get this footage?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
How long have you been scanner chasing?
well, uh, on YouTube, this is my 7th month.
Mm-hmm.
However, scanner chasing, I've been doing scanner chasing and storm chasing for more years than I can count.
Storm chasing.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, I haven't really been able to investigate storm chasing, go back to storm chasing as of yet. Um, I used to do storm chasing a long time back when we still had 8mm film, and
Okay.
we would chase storms. We'd have our trusty camcorder there, and I was in with KWGN Channel 2 News in Colorado, and they would get all my video, and
Oh,
I knew the weatherman there, Al Fogelman, and when we'd have a storm, we didn't have all these cool computers that could go with us at that time, and so on. Heck, the internet was still in its infancy, and uh, we would call him, and he'd look on his radar and kind of talk us into the storm, and then we had to go by what we knew by reading the clouds, the conditions, and so on. Uh,
reading the clouds.
yes, yes,
I have to stop you
reading.
there because I just, like right now, I'm looking out the window and I see thunder clouds, and I just say, "Oh, storm's coming, Pa." That's. But you read clouds. Tell me about
We
about that.
we would have to. If it was an anvil cloud, what it was capping out at, what the inflow of the storm looked like, what the outflow of the storm looked like, how much scud was running around. Also, if there's rotation, does the system look like there's rotation inside of it? Trying to dodge hail bands, which are pert near impossible. Uh, uh, it just took. You have to know what you're doing when you're out storm chasing,
Hmm.
because you guys see people have seen the movie Twister and stuff like that, and Twister's a bunch of malarkey.
Oh,
Although
is it okay?
we 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 love it to death, okay, because it's an awesome movie, but it's a bunch of malarkey. So,
Oh,
um, but yeah,
you mean they don't throw those little things, Dorothy, up into the
no,
tornado?
that they try to do, but
Oh, okay.
if you get ran over by a tornado, it's not what they show.
Have
So,
you been run over by a tornado?
luckily, I have not been.
Luckily. Okay.
Luckily, I have not gotten. I We tried to stay about a mile out and
Okay.
film about a mile out, and then I've got medical experience from my own learning in the military and so on. And what we do is if town or something like that got hit, we could come in and help.
You were National Guard.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. I just want to make that clear for everybody. So I'm just so interested in the storm chasing.
Mhm.
So, do you currently do both?
No. Like I said, right now, don't really have the vehicle to do storm chasing. I don't.
Oh, okay. I missed
I
that.
Yeah. I
Sorry.
don't want to. I don't want to beat up the Flamity Mobile, the Fablamity Mobile, as everybody's starting to call it. So,
Fablamity.
so I got to go out. I got to find a good running vehicle that I don't care if it gets beat to heck,
Okay.
losing windshields and going through hail damage and so on.
Well,
So no,
maybe you
this
can rent a car and get the insurance.
yeah, right. Get the insurance on it. Take it off road a little bit and go through softball sized hail.
Gosh. So you have been doing this pretty much since you were a pup.
Uh, Almost.
My gosh. Impressive. Impressive.
How did
So
I learn? I just saw. How did I learn to read the clouds? To tell you the truth, it was a bunch of trial and error. And Al Fogelman really helped us by going through radar, and he would explain to us what we should be looking for inside these cells.
and, who did you say taught you this?
Al Fogelman, he was the weather forecaster for Channel 2 News in Colorado.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. And so uh when you would uh storm chase,
Hmm.
did that get you into, well, there's another scanner here that runs. Let's see,
Right.
check this one out too. It's
We
like, hey mom, let's press this button.
right. Me and pressing buttons. Um, No, I started scanner chasing a while back because I was kind of interested in what was going on around my neighborhood. I used to live in
Okay.
I used to live in some pretty sketchy neighborhoods. Uh,
Okay.
so I mean to where I'd hear gunshots out my window, sort of thing. So I got a scanner and started listening to what was going on, and
Okay.
that's kind of how I got into the scanner chasing part of it. Uh,
Okay.
one caveat here is, guys, if you don't know what you're doing, chasing storms, don't do it. You could get yourself seriously hurt, if not killed.
Do you know of anybody who's been killed doing it?
No, but I do know of a few people that have got seriously injured.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would be in the corner of the cellar, hanging on, saying, "Someone hold me." That would be me. So, okay. Um, is Cheyenne being policed correctly, in your opinion only?
Yes and no.
Okay.
And a lot of that has to do, well, we'll see now. We had,
KRW, thank you.
we had a DA that wouldn't really follow through with what the police were doing. And so the police were being very lax on doing anything.
Okay.
Now we've got a DA that seems like they're going to take a bite out of things. I'm not sure if the police force or the sheriff's department or whatever has much faith in them yet. They've got to prove themselves. Um,
Mhm.
I do respect that if you've done nothing really wrong here, you've got a headlight out or a tail light out or something like that. they'll pull you over. What they're looking for is they're looking for DUIs, is what they're looking for. And you just gave them an
Oh.
excuse to pull you over. And so normally when I hear a pullover on the scanner, if I don't get there within about 5 minutes, usually they're gone.
Mm.
The whole stop's done and over with. If it takes over 5 minutes, then I know there's a problem. So,
Interesting. Okay.
yes, but they are very quick about their work. They don't strong arm people here. They're not out to give out tickets. They actually want to be out here to inform and educate the public. At least this is in my opinion, and also protect the public. I think they take their jobs very, very seriously, but also they don't want to overstep it. And oh, you got a tail light out, I'm going to give you a ticket for the tail light and stuff like that. They'll give a personal warning and let them go. And I have seen, I have taped one, or taped two now, that driving without a license, suspended license, and
Okay.
the officers have let them go. Had turned around, wrote them a ticket, but let them drive their vehicle let them drive their vehicle home. Also, something that really surprised me when I started this was seeing officers, when they would get a DUI from Colorado, they'll tow your vehicle, period. They'll tow it and impound it. Here,
Oh.
an officer will get in the car and park it in a parking lot.
I have seen that. I have seen that on one of your live streams.
And that just surprised the heck out of me. And I asked an officer about that, and he says, yes, it is policy. We do not tow the vehicle, that we park it off the street or into a safe place.
Wow. Could you imagine if someone like Bakersfield did that?
Oh, right.
Gosh.
But I mean, I mean, there's bad with the good too. I mean, there are
Sure.
some. You're always going to find, if you look hard enough, you're always going to find one bad cop in a force or two bad cops, but that doesn't mean the whole force is entirely corrupt. And that starts with their leadership. So, and I truly believe that we've got a very good, uh, commander for the CPD, and we just got a new sheriff. So, and the sheriff's department has really started to. They had a bad reputation, and they have worked very hard to clean that reputation up.
Is it because, do you think that uh, scanner chasers have anything to do with that?
I don't know. I couldn't take credit for that. No, like I said, I think that has a lot to do with leadership.
Okay, okay, that very fair answer, very fair. So, uh, what is the um, media like in Cheyenne?
Almost non-existent.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. This is the capital of our state. Because
Correct.
I'm in Wyoming too, you guys. Okay, and it's the capital of our state. And interesting. Go on, go on.
We've got one station here, and I'm one of those people. I like to know what's going on around me, and I started watching the news out here, and I'm here going. They don't report on what's going on. And here's a perfect example of this: is when the 15-year-old girl gets shot got shot and killed. We don't have murders out here like they do in the
No.
big cities.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
so it is very, very rare.
Mm-hmm.
Our local news station took a blurb, just did a blurb of it on no video, nothing. I had video of that incident. I called them and asked them if they wanted my video. And this was a real big deal. It was a 15-year-old girl, drive-by shooting. This stuff doesn't happen here. And they said no. And I said, I'm not selling it to you, I'm giving it to you. And they said they do not take video from streamers or from independent people. Now, I have talked to one of their reporters since then, and she gave me her card, and because they're kind of changing their policy on that now, because they're actually finding that what we're doing out here is the news station out here thinks it's 9 to 5. So we're out at after they're done getting the what's going on here in Cheyenne and stuff that should be alerted to the public. As I've told people on my stream, it's not all rainbow and lollipops out here like the media leads you to believe.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a serious drug problem.
Mm.
We do have uh, we do have fights. We do have DUIs. We do have, unfortunately, domestic violence. We have a lot of big city problems here. So, and it's something that the media just does not focus on. It's weather, sports, world news, stuff like that, but not so much
Mm-hmm.
on what's going on here.
Do many of your subscribers consist of individuals who are just regular citizens of Cheyenne that
I
are interested in knowing what is going on here?
I think yes, there are quite a few of them that watch me here in Cheyenne. That, and I have been told that they trust my news reporting more than they do our local media.
Mm.
Um, I've got a very wide variety of people that watch me. I've got people that dislike police, people that back the blue. I've got First Amendment auditors. I've got just a wide variety of people that watch the channel. And and I have told everybody, please respect what everybody thinks, and let's all get along. We can all get along.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want the drama or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to show what is going on in Cheyenne. Now, also, I do want to I do want to put this in. I don't just do the doom and gloom around Cheyenne. I I think it's depressing if when
Mm-hmm.
that's all you're doing is showing the bad side. I like to go out and film. Hey, some of the neat places to see here in Cheyenne, some of the artwork. Uh, Talk about the trains and stuff like that here in Cheyenne. I want to do the feel good stories as well. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of my channel is on the doom and gloom because there's just not a lot to do here in Cheyenne. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, when I can find it, I go out. I uh, do stuff with businesses and stuff like that because I
Oh.
want to show. I want to show that you know my channel's not just the scanner chasing. It's about the community.
Mm-hmm. So is your channel evolving from uh, a scanner channel to a little bit more of a media,
I'm
independent media?
trying. I'm trying to stay in the media realm. We're considered stringers, and if you guys have, if you don't know what a stringer is, Dad's gone live. He's a stringer. Go
Mm-hmm.
to stringerslive.com.
Mm-hmm.
And what a stringer is we go out, we photo, unfortunately, we video the doom and gloom. And a lot of stringers, depending on what state you live in, are able to sell their stuff to the media. And that's how they make their money. Unfortunately, like in Bakersfield, in here in Cheyenne, uh, the news sources will not buy. Uh, they will not buy uh, video from us. So for us to run our channels, and it's expensive to run these channels. You've got the investment into all the electronics, the internet that you go through, the fuel that you go through every time you go out and stream, upkeep on the vehicle, and so on. It is actually quite expensive to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So we we our viewers, uh, we're viewer funded uh, sort of operation. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing right now, I can tell you right now, I don't even break even on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I am a lot out of pocket, but it's
Mm-hmm.
something I enjoy doing, and I like having people, bringing people along to show people. I guess you could call it my hobby.
Okay. Okay. That was my next question. Is this more of a career or is it a hobby?
It is a hobby that is slowly turning into more. So
Mm, okay.
I have started another channel, um, which is my travel channel, but that I've put some stuff in there. Uh, I won't be able to pay a lot of attention to that uh, until I really get my scanner channel off the ground, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, but my travel channel, I'm going to be doing things to do and see around all of Wyoming,
Oh.
Colorado. Oh yes, yes. Up in the I want to go up, film the Tetons, Yellowstone, go out to Devil's Tower, go up in South Dakota, hit Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, the Black Hills,
Oh.
uh, go
Beautiful.
down and go down into Colorado, hit Estes Park and all the beautiful areas down there to go film.
Mm-hmm.
And because I love to travel, I love to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So and see
Yeah.
new places. And so that's why I started up the travel channel. But right now, uh, I'm uh, I want to get that going, but financially, until I can get my scanner channel really up and solid, that's kind of taken kind of a little bit of a back seat. But
Sure.
I will still add to that channel.
Sure. Yeah. So I find it very interesting that the media really is behaving the way that they're behaving. I find that interesting.
Well, you got to remember the media. The media, when you move to a new area,
Mhm.
what's the first thing before considering moving, say a new state or something, is you're going to watch their news broadcasts. see kind of what really the media's or the area is about.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's all crime and like in Los Angeles or those big cities, I don't want to move there. That's dangerous. I'm sorry. But when you got a media that's, oh yeah, it's all sunshine and roses, so you're going to have people start moving to an area like this. And it's like, no, you're not. And then when people get here, they're like, hold it. It's not what we thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so, so yeah, I'm kind of showing really, guys, every city does have, no matter how big or small, does have its problems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does what does the media think of you?
I don't know, to tell you the truth.
Mm.
I've never really had much contact with them.
Do they know about you, do you think?
I don't know, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Do a lot of the citizens in Cheyenne know about you?
I have had people come up to me and Fubar, and I'm going, hey, how's it going? Stuff like I have had that happen a few times, and that's kind of a shock for me. It's like I never wanted to be put in the limelight, but yeah,
Yeah.
slowly I'm getting known around town.
Okay. Okay. And with a and Cheyenne is our largest city, and it's 64,000 people.
Mhm.
You know, it's is Cheyenne growing?
It is. It's
It
growing
is.
like, oh yes, it's growing. They can't keep up with building enough houses and apartments out here right now. So, unfortunately, the cost of living is going through the roof out here.
Mm. Well, I think cost of living is probably going through the roof everywhere.
Yeah.
But uh so well now okay, let me take to a different element, or I mean a different avenue. Talk about the danger element.
The scanner chasing and what we do can be dangerous. There are times that you can actually get onto a call before the police get there.
Mhm.
Usually, I'll park about a block or two away before the police even get there. Um, and I'll wait for the officers to arrive. Um, because I don't want to get into a situation where um, all of
Mhm. Mhm.
are pointed at them, especially if you've done something wrong.
Mhm.
So, and I've had a couple people tell me or motion to me that I'm number one in their book. I've had a couple people do that, and it's like, well, it is what it is. If you don't want to be on my channel, then stop breaking the law.
Well, that's kind of
So,
clear. That's
yeah,
clear to the point.
yeah, you know,
Right. Oh,
that's from the movie Liar Liar. Stop breaking the law.
yeah, right.
I
Right.
mean, it's just as simple as that. But no, it can be dangerous. Uh, I do carry protection with me. Um, and
Which is very legal here in the state of
yes,
Wyoming.
yes, I
Yeah.
do carry protection with me. I'm not sure if you remember what was it, a year or so back, where a couple reporters got up on scene before police showed up to a house. The guy came out of the house and killed all three of them.
No, I didn't hear
So
about that.
yeah, yeah, they got on scene, and that was mainstream media, local media, and the guy came out, saw the news truck, and killed the two people.
Wow.
And I think Jacob can attest to that as well. We're working with people not exactly in their right minds. We're trying to
Mhm.
help them, but they could be on drugs. They could be needing mental help and stuff like that. And all we're doing is trying to help give them food, give them shelter, clothes, something like that. But it can be very dangerous.
That was a good way to my next question is talk about the homeless in Cheyenne a little bit.
We do have a homeless population here. I really do care about what happens because of how brutal our winters can be here. And I was
Mhm.
sick and tired of uh, looking in the newspaper and stuff and hearing about this homeless person died due to exposure and so on. Um, there are some of the homeless out there that they're working homeless, I guess you could call it.
Mhm.
They have jobs. They don't have a place. They just don't make enough money to live, to have their own place. Um, Also, the shelter here, if they get kicked out of that shelter, all they've got is what's outside. They've got to face the elements. So that's what really caught my attention. Um, my viewers donate uh, donate food and uh, gloves, tents, tarps, sleeping bags, and I give that out live on my channel because I believe in full transparency. It's one of those, if you're going to buy something like that, I want to make absolutely
Mhm. Mhm.
me at the park giving out food bags. And I'm just the messenger on that. I've had these guys turn around and say, thank you very much and so on, and it's not me, it's my viewers that have it's all about my viewers that is making this happen. And I tell them that. I said, no, it's my viewers. I'm just the person that's delivering it to you.
Yeah.
So I really don't take credit for it. I give the credit where credit is due, and that's to my viewers.
Wow. Wow. That's very kind. You know, I've seen you interact with the homeless, and I've seen other stringers interact with the homeless. What is where's the do you have a balance of, okay, I'm only going to do so much of homeless and then I'm only going to do so much of scanner chasing, or what, where, how does that even out?
Okay, say that again.
How much of your priorities lay towards the homeless?
I would say it's 50-50. I do
Oh.
enjoy I do enjoy helping out the homeless and doing what I can for them. However, the reason people are watching the channel is to see what's going on here in Cheyenne.
Hmm.
And I can't lose sight of that either.
Right, right.
So, I mean, my heart goes out to them. I'm glad we're able to make a small change in the community. We're doing kind of we're doing good and filming bad, if you can understand that.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So
Um,
It's 50-50. I really do enjoy helping people that need help. But again, I do have to remember the channel is a scanner or stringers channel. It is a so, but I'm very humbled to be able to do what I'm doing.
Sure. What is the typical call for Cheyenne?
Mostly it's, believe it or not, domestic violence, a lot of DUIs, and those two go hand in hand. Drinking and domestic violence goes hand in
Yes,
hand.
it does. Yes, it does.
We do get mental health a lot of mental health calls. Every so often you will hear shots fired, but it's not really shots fired, it's fireworks.
Okay.
But those I'd probably say are the top calls.
Okay. Um, do you go beyond the border of Colorado? Because I know that Cheyenne is only 10 miles from the border.
Right. It depends. Like we just had a chase, which was, again, those are starting to actually climb, these police chases. We just had a chase the other day. I was going to follow it all the way into Colorado if need be. The problem is between Colorado and Wyoming, there's a buffer zone where you can't get internet, you can't get phone service, you can't get nothing.
Oh.
So to cross over the border, I would lose my stream for about a good 5 minutes until I could reconnect. But
Okay.
I'd have no problem chasing into Colorado. Now, a lot of the counties and municipalities of Colorado, their stuff is scrambled. So, so
Or encrypted? Is that the
it's
same as
encrypted. Yes,
Okay.
it's encrypted. So my scanner would get nothing. So that's why I really don't go into Colorado. I was thinking about going down to Fort Collins and doing it one night, and I found out they were encrypted. So it's kind of hard to chase when you don't have the scanner there.
Why do police departments do encryption on their radios?
Okay, I've got a perfect example for this. And I can see both sides of the argument on this. Yes, it should be public knowledge on what's going on around your town. However, the police also have the responsibility to protect people's identities to a certain extent.
Okay.
When that 15-year-old girl got shot and killed, everything came out on the scanner. Her name came out, her family names came out, witness names came out, suspect names came out, all over the scanner. And that is like a major no-no. It went out over public airwaves. That video is muted because of that reason. I've got the video up on my channel, but it is muted. You cannot hear the scanner. I talked to an attorney about it, and he said, yeah, he says definitely mute it, even though it came out over public airways. Mute it because I could be liable if there was retaliation or anything like that. If they said, oh yeah, well, we saw it on Fubar's channel and found out the suspect's name or whatever. So I did talk to the chief of police about that, and I said, you guys need to go to like an encrypted channel or something when you're giving out information like this. And they still do it today, and it drives me crazy. Is they'll start reading off somebody's driver's license, and the name of the person, and so on. Even if they just got pulled over for a taillight,
Mm-hmm.
that information's coming over the scanner, and that is something I don't agree with. However, I do agree that it should be public knowledge on what's going on out here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, since then, I know that very sensitive information has now went to encryption, and the SWAT team has went to encryption.
Mm-hmm. Well, that complicates things a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I have one question left, and then I was hoping that we can take a few questions from the
sure,
chat. Okay.
sure.
Is there much homeless problem in the wintertime? Or is it seasonal?
You know, I haven't. I mean, I started this just pretty much the spring of last year.
Okay.
Um, and I did see a lot of homeless out. So, like I said, this is my 7th month going into this, and yeah, there were people out there asking for blankets, asking for gloves, and to stay warm.
Mm-hmm.
And um, that there is still a pretty hefty homeless population out here for our size of town.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for that are out enduring the elements. The the police department usually will go try to when we got big storms coming in, they will try to go pick some of the homeless people up, give them a place to stay. Obviously, the homeless aren't exactly the best buddies with the police department, so
Mm-hmm.
they'll hide and so on and not want to go in. And unfortunately, they endure the elements. Um,
Yeah.
Slowly, I'm getting tents out there. I'm getting sleeping bags out there, gloves. I'm waiting for it to get a little bit colder. I do have a stockpile of gloves right now. I think I got about 14 pairs of gloves right now. I've got one tent and uh, one tarp.
Okay.
So yeah, that I'll be giving out here soon.
Okay.
So, but
Mm-hmm.
right now I'm just kind of trying to stockpile the winter stuff. Uh, for people locally, if you're local, and you've got winter gear like that you want to donate, I have got no problem. I'll come. I'll meet in a public place. I'll come to your house, whatever, to pick that stuff up, and I will give that out.
Very nice. Very nice. Fubar, I'm done with my questions. Can we take a few from the chat?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Let me see here. Here we go. I'm waiting for the first question. Okay. Okay. Maybe I covered everybody's questions. Or is it just the delay? A
It could
watched
be the
pot.
delay.
Yeah. A watched pot will never boil.
Right.
Yes. Yes, please tag my name so that we can see it better if you have any questions. While we're waiting for questions, is there anything that you want to say to people, to your chat, to my chat?
You know, I just want to say thank you guys for all the support uh, for for my channel, for Calamity's channel, and I mean, you guys are what makes this thing go.
Yeah.
Frank, the thrift shops out here are in it for the money. They're not in it to give away stuff.
Okay, cloudy day. Cloudy day. She would like to know what branch of the military you would have gone into instead of the army.
Probably the Air Force.
Okay, okay. And Angie and Rick want to know: do you see an uptick in DV during the winter?
Well, like I said, I haven't done this through. I just started this pretty much I'd say the end of last winter, early spring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I really don't have anything to base that against right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't want to presume anything.
Sure. Sure. Do any of you? I noticed that earlier some of you had questions, and could you repost them for me? That would be great. Then I won't have to scan through a ton of lot.
Did you get your computer up and running yet?
I'm still saving up for it. I haven't quite got the money enough money for it yet. I'm getting there though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah, it does take a lot of money to even for a home based channel. It takes a
Yeah,
lot.
it does. You don't realize it, but it does. Yeah.
Yeah, so far I've probably invested about getting close to about $1,500 onto on just getting the truck set up uh,
Wow.
and so on, making sure that I've got enough internet and so on while I'm on the road. And I'm about ready to, well, I'm still a little bit of ways. I'm saving up for it, but it's going to be about $2,600 on a professional camera.
Oh.
So, and that's what I'm saving up for. But yeah, it's about $2,600. It is a professional grade camera. Uh, so I can kind of get away from using my phone
Mm-hmm.
and being able to get really good, solid quality video.
Okay. We have another a few questions that came in.
Okay.
Angie, she and Rick, how many stringers are in your area and how is the interaction with them?
There's two of us, and I would kind of rather not go into the rest of it.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Um, Montour, she would like to know about him possibly relocating to another area someday. Do you still
I,
have plans to do that?
yes, I would love to move to North Carolina. However, if I move to North Carolina, I lose my channel because everything's encrypted in Charlotte.
Hmm.
And so, which means I can't scan or chase in Charlotte. So now I'm here going, you know what? I've got the channel going, it's growing. And as much as I hate to say it, I may stay here in Cheyenne.
For a hobby.
Well, yeah, for a hobby, but like I said, it's starting to grow into something more.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, Logan. Hi, Logan. He wants to know what was up with your channel getting hacked.
Okay, what happened was last night, Logan. Last night, what happened was I brought up my dashboard and running a YouTube channel, you're constantly in and out of your dashboard and so on. And what you guys don't see behind the scenes is we work on this could be 8 to 10 hours a day. So
A lot.
I got into my dashboard and all of a sudden I saw that all my managing moderators were gone. All my moderators were gone. The people that I had booted off the channel were gone. Uh, I was like, oh my God. And so it was a blank slate. And so I quickly did a live stream last night just to see if my moderators and stuff were still in blue.
Okay.
And they were. So it was a YouTube glitch.
Gotcha.
So I was not sure if it was hacked or not. So, but it has not been hacked. I just,
Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, uh, Somebody wants us to do a duet. I don't know if that'll happen today.
yeah, probably not today.
Yeah. Next time we'll do a duet. Well, Fubar, I want to say thank you so very much. I've been questioning you for almost 86 minutes now.
I've been under interrogation for 86 minutes.
Yes, the Calamity interrogation.
We just need that little light over my head now.
Yes, yes. Okay, but before we go, I want to do I do have one more question. Okay. Same guy, same situation. Here we go. Name something that runs but doesn't have legs. Number one answer. Continue.
A bus.
That's the same as a car.
Okay, water.
That's number two answer. There's six
Uh,
answers.
a sewer.
Eh.
No. Let's see. Runs but does not have legs. Boy, there's some bad jokes I could tell here too. Time.
No. Oh, yes, a clock. Yep. You're doing really well. You've got 3 out of 6 and only one strike.
Uh, I'll have to pass for the rest of them.
Okay, you're going to give it up to the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, go guys. Name something that runs but doesn't have legs. No, your nose.
Your nose.
Yes. Yes, that's the number 5 answer.
That's a good answer.
I need 2 more. A mind. No. A refrigerator. Yes, that's the number 3 answer. And one more. One more. A river. A refrigerator. Oh, refrigerator. We already said that one, Allison. A river. Well, water is would be the same as a river. Do you guys give up? Because if you give up, then you give it to Calamity.
Yeah.
Oh, a toilet. No, that's 2 strikes. My mouth. The potty. Hey, Allison. Impress me says it's good to see you. I think you guys are giving up. I think
how about Logan's love life?
Oh. Ding. Okay. An engine. She got it. She
An
got
engine. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Very nice. Okay, so lastly before you go, I just want to tell the chat. You guys, I have a derby going. It's a merch derby. $5 to buy a ticket. For Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. That's all it costs you is $5 ticket. And you can have your choice of anything in the merch store you want. If your ticket is pulled on Sunday by husband. Okay? So I will be back tomorrow at 3. So 3 Mountain Time. So thank you so much, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Fubar.
Oh, thank you. It's been an honor, Calamity. Thank you very much for having me.
Likewise. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.